better. Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. So it's officially week 2 of the photo shoot prep, and we are on day 8 technically. So I had a really good weekend. I trained at the weekend, went for a really nice walk yesterday actually to somewhere that I have never been before, so that was really good. A nice change of scenery. Today is a rest day and it's mostly been on my laptop, so I've been doing check-ins with my own clients, I've been doing admin work, chores around the house, and then I have just been to the gym to do some cardio. So I did 8,000 steps already, and I have done my 30 minutes on the stepper because I'll be honest, I didn't get it done yesterday, which isn't ideal, but I have got it done today. So I'll do a few more steps this evening. Otherwise, I do need to go to the grocery store and get a few more bits for later on in the week. It's mostly like protein based things, so like fish, egg whites, eggs, that kind of stuff. So yeah, I do need to do a grocery run. Feeling okay at the moment. I had a little bit of a setback at the weekend. I think it was more mentally, I let some things get to me, and so therefore it kind of skewed my confidence, messed up my head a little bit. So I had a little bit of a, I guess, a lapse in confidence. So feeling a little bit better today. Still got the evening left, but as I say, I've got a grocery run to do, a few more bits at home like laptop work, finishing editing last week's YouTube video, which if you haven't watched it, make sure you watch that before you watch this one. So yeah.
Who's the influencer now?
Yeah. Just nearly strangled myself. These roses are about dead. Jeez. Actually, day 11. 8, 9, 10, 11. Day 12. It's day 12 into the photo shoot prep, and so far I'm actually a kilo down. As I said before, most of the weight that I'm losing right now is water, and it's like inflammation in my body. So it's not necessarily any fat loss that's happening right now, but it's still nice to see a change in the scales. Plus things aren't feeling as tight because I'm not so swollen and bloated. Training's been good. I've been training at a different gym recently, as you've seen. Having that new and different space and environment's been really good. Been there for a couple of weeks now, at least once a week, transitioning over to that gym because it suits my plan better. When you are programming exercises, when you are doing your training session, you want to focus on those bigger, more demanding lifts first in your session when you're fresh, when your nervous system is fresh. They are the ones that you want to prioritize at the beginning of any session. Start to work your way down the list of exercises that require less effort, less muscle group and muscle recruitment. All of my main lists are usually at the beginning of my session. I like to get those done. That's how it's programmed. But unfortunately, the last 5 to 6 months, that hasn't been possible purely because of the environment that I've been in, the gym that I've been training at is so busy. It's a real struggle to do it in the exact order. So I might be transitioning to a new gym, which is going to suit my schedule better, my training session better, and I'll be able to ultimately utilize my time better. I need to touch on nutrition because regardless of whether you're in a sort of dieting, cutting phase, which I am currently, or you're in a maintenance phase where you want to maintain your body composition and your body shape as it is, or even if you are then building. Nutrition ultimately has a massive part to play in all of that. It also has a massive part to play in regards to lifestyle. So addressing it is a massive part of the puzzle that you are missing out. There are two key elements that you have to massively focus on and then manipulate and adapt. And one, that's being your calorie intake. You to have a X number of calories per day. And then the second part of nutrition that's the most important thing is then what foods make up those calories. Intake is very, very important. Having more calories than you're burning off, so that's your activity, and you will put on body fat because it's stored energy the body isn't utilizing, and therefore it needs to do something with it. If you are having a calorie intake that's pretty much maintaining your body weight, then that's also good. You're going to stay as you are. If you are in a calorie deficit, then that is going to predominantly, depending on your training, so let's just take training out of this, then when you are in a calorie deficit, you're likely to lose body fat because that is stored energy that the body can utilize when it's not getting enough. And in extreme cases, that will also then be muscle. Approach nutrition when I speak about food, I never say it's good, bad, or that's, really bad for you, that's not good for you. I never use kind of terminology like that. However, there are less nutritious foods, let's say, and then there are more nutritious foods, which means you can start to view foods on a sliding scale. And then you can start to make the most appropriate choices rather than labeling them as such extremes of good and bad. Eating mostly whole foods, things like vegetables, fruits, proteins, if you're also getting your complex carbs in, so things like oats, pasta, your body's going to thrive off those foods more so because most likely going to be packed with vitamins, minerals. You're going to have a better time at recomping the body because, as I say, you've picked foods that are high in vitamins and minerals, all the things the body needs, but also they are usually high volume foods, which means there is a large amount of those foods for less calories. If you're going to make up your calorie intake via mostly processed foods, then yeah, that's going to have a knock-on effect. You're probably going to start to feel less energetic, more lethargic. You might have digestive issues, skin issues potentially. You probably find that you will crave more food because those foods tend to have less nutrients in them, and the body still needs those nutrients, as I say, and vitamins. And the body's not usually getting that through processed foods. Probably be more swollen through the stomach potentially, more bloated, like inflammation. And so when you are trying to drop body fat or build muscle, those foods aren't, in my opinion, adequate enough to fuel your goal.
Good morning, everyone. So it is currently 10:30. I've already done a check-in this morning. I also trained lower body, done my 30 minutes of cardio. I've eaten twice already, and today I am headed out to Sandringham. So I've already got ready. I've packed all my meals that I'm going to eat for today. Obviously, I've already eaten twice today, and then I've got a couple more to have later on in the day. So I've packed those to go because I need to be staying on plan, but I still want to go out and do things. So that's really, really important to me, that I still involve myself with a lot of other things. Walk around the grounds, see the house, it'd be a perfect way to get my steps in. So regardless of whether I'm off plan or on plan, more so when I am on plan, I still like to involve myself in a lot of activities that my friends, family, etc. are doing. So, but I find it's really important that when you are on plan, when you are on like a set meal plan, that you still involve yourself with as much as you can. Otherwise it becomes extremely isolating. So I like to do things, I still like to go out and do things, which a lot of people would actually end up avoiding. Otherwise time passes and I miss out, because I am going to be out all day. I've just prepped my meals, I'm going to be taking them with me. I'll eat out and then I can still stick to plan, still stick to with what I'm doing, and then it's not really an issue. I've got my 1.5 litre bottle there, but I will need to grab another one. And then in my cool bag, I've prepped my meals for the day, so I am good to go. Okay, so the coolest thing has just happened. It's a perfect way to end this video. So take a look at this. So my sister-in-law just sent me this video of my nephew. Take a look.